The reasoning behind Minnesota Vikings first round pick Jordan Addison's reckless driving citation has been revealed. We'll get into that right after this. But first off, I just want to ask you if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy what you see here, hit the like button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content we post as we get in closer to the regular season. Here can be a lot of stuff coming at you. So please do all that for us, and let's get into the video. As we all know, Minnesota Vikings first round pick wide receiver Jordan Addison late last week was cited for reckless driving. Based on the citation here, as we've all seen this already, we'll just go over it quickly here. Just after 3 a.m., he was caught going 140 in a 55-mile-per-hour zone, driving his Lamborghini Urus, which I assume is the car that he bought with his contract money. Obviously, shortly after, next morning, Jordan Addison comes out with a statement. Yesterday morning, I made a mistake and used poor judgment. I recognize that on my own, and I'm going to learn from this and not repeat the behavior. I am truly sorry. And then today, the reasoning behind all this came out in the site in a deeper look into the citation. It was revealed that Jordan Addison explained to the Minnesota State Trooper that there was an emergency involving his dog at home, and that is why he was going as fast as he was. I don't know, man. Well, this whole thing obviously caught fire in the Minnesota Vikings fan base. It's something you don't want to see with your rookie first-round pick or any player on your team. You don't want to see their name pop up on any sort of citation report. But obviously, Jordan Addison had one. To be real, I don't think it's as big of a deal as some people made it out to be. Obviously, there was no alcohol involved, which was the big thing. You think at 3 a.m., like 3 a.m., you think, okay, he was drinking and driving. This ain't good, but he wasn't.
Right.
So overall, what are your thoughts on the whole situation here?
Yeah, on just that specifically, him speeding 140 in a 55, obviously that's excessive and not smart, regardless of what's going on. Obviously someone could have gotten hurt, but at the end of the day, nobody got hurt. He wasn't drinking and driving, like you said. None of that did happen. He's got this new car. He decided to take it out at 3 a.m. Was it because of his dog? Or was he just trying to see how fast this thing can go when there's not as much traffic on the highway? Yeah. Which, yeah, it could be, but I think the fan base, at least some of them, I think it was a little excessive how they were treating Jordan Addison in the situation. I do think 140 is insane at 55, and that is dangerous, but people comparing him to Henry Ruggs was out of like crazy. It was crazy. Henry Ruggs was drunk, crashed into someone, and ended up killing him. So that's a whole different situation. That did not happen to Jordan Addison. Is it possible something bad could have happened? It could have been, but he was not drunk. Yeah. So there's a huge difference there. Jordan Addison has nothing in his past saying he's a problem in any ways. He has no problem with other teammates love him, coaches love him. We know KOC and Kwesi loved him when we drafted him and who he is as a person. So there's no reason just to think that he's coming out and making mistakes. I know a lot of people act like, oh, look, here we go, already something before the season even starts, like almost like his career is just going to be troubled here on out. And I wouldn't say that. I don't think it's that excessive, especially if what he said about his dog is true, because I would easily do that for my dog. I would go 200 miles per hour for my dog. Anyone that have seen John Wick, you've seen what he did for his dog. So I wouldn't blame Jordan Addison to go 140 to save his dog at all. If that's true, it's still dangerous. No matter what, it's dangerous, and people's lives could be at risk in this scenario. But I get it. I love my dog, and I would do whatever it takes to go to save my dog or do what I have to. But yeah. What's your thoughts with the whole dog situation with that? I mean, I'm going to take his word for it. I have no reason not to, even though, it is a good excuse. I mean, my dog ate my homework. I'm saving my dog, whatever. But I'm taking it. Hey, I have no reason to not believe him in this scenario, and we'll take it. And at the end of the day, he didn't do anything bad enough to really, really judge his character. I think some people tried to. So right. I think going forward, it will be, he'll go into training camp as normal, and we'll still see a really good wide receiver that we drafted in the first round.
I think the dog story is kind of a load of crap, if you ask me personally. I mean, it's the same deal when you're speeding, you get pulled over, and you tell the officer like, I really got to poop, and you hope he's just going to let you go because you really have to go to the bathroom, right? It's just I mean, I get it. He's young, you're young, you're nervous, especially with how fast you were going. I think he just thought of the kind of the first thing that came
I
to
think it was
mind.
smart. I mean,
And
well, I don't
I
think
mean,
the
it's
cops
different.
cared what
It's
your
out there. That's for everybody
yeah.
loves dogs.
From a
So
fan's perspective, like I'm definitely glad that, or like from a fan's, I feel better seeing seeing that excuse on that citation than just nothing at all. Because at the end of the day, like there's two options here. Either he's going he just wants to see how, I said earlier, he wants to see how fast his Lamborghini is. It's 3
I
a.m.
think
He's
it
not
was.
drinking. Which who's driving at 3 a.m. and wasn't drinking or wasn't doing anything, unless he's just sitting at his home and he's like, know what? I feel no. I'm gonna go see how fast this Lambo can go. So, which could definitely have been That's what most people probably
That's
expected what happened. But what if something was?
that was my first thought is like
Yeah, that's what my first thought would have
yeah.
been.
Like
But now
people are
this
asking
dog thing,
why is he out at 3 a.m.? Like because there's no other cars on the road other than that cop, I guess.
yeah,
And
which is
he wanted
true.
to see how fast he could get the Lambo going. That was the first thing I thought of when everybody was overreacting. Like, well, what's he doing now at that time? Why? He should be here. He should be there. It's like the kid. At the end of the day, he's 21 years old.
Right.
Just came into the most money he's ever seen in his life. Right. First round pick wide receiver. Like went out, bought a car, and now he wanted to see how fast they go. Now, and he the big lesson he's gonna have to learn from this is he's not gonna be able to drive his Lambo for about 6 months because I'm sure he will get his license revoked for something like this. He probably will get fined from the state. I don't think the team is gonna fine him. The team will not suspend him. The league will not suspend him. I don't think there's gonna be any sort of suspensions. People are saying like he'll get suspended. This will happen. That'll happen. It's not. He ain't gonna get suspended. And I know some fans, speaking of buying the car, some fans got a little sour taste in their mouth with Jordan Addison when, after he got drafted, he said, let's get paid. And I think they're kind of taking that plus this and putting it like, oh, he's a diva. He's a head case. We got to put his head back on straight. It's ridiculous that he's doing this type of stuff. What are you thinking? Like, calm down. He's 21 years old. Is it stupid? And is it like absolutely dumb to be going that fast? Absolutely. But also like, let's take the foot off the throat of the kid for a little bit here. He's like I said, 21 years old, and he made a mistake, and he said he's going to learn from it. And he's got such a good support system here with head coach Kevin O'Connell first off, Kirk Cousins, and he's got Justin Jefferson who's been there, done that. He's going to be just fine. Justin Jefferson knows what it's like to be a young star in the league. He came in at 20 years old. Yeah. He didn't do anything like this, which obviously Justin Jefferson's just that good, so he doesn't make mistakes like that. But Jordan Addison's gonna be fine. He's got a lot of people to learn from here. And it's just one of those things where some of the fan base that just wanted to freaking crucify the kid right after this, let's calm down here, okay? It's dumb, yes, but it could have been a lot worse. A lot worse.
And again, you're talking about a kid that didn't have that kind of history from in college. Like these players, the players loved him, coaches loved him, everybody loved him. There's no reason to think he's just going to be a bad person and make tons of mistakes. And if anything, luckily nobody got hurt in this, but if anything, it could be a blessing in disguise that maybe going forward, he'll learn from this and not make a bigger mistake in the future. I mean, he made this one without anything terrible happening, but it could also be a huge learning situation for him at the same time. And to the money thing, to I gotta get paid thing, people look way into that, because who cares if someone wants to get paid? Who cares if someone wants money? It doesn't mean that's their only motivation. And you're talking about a guy who in college won the best wide receiver in college 2 years ago. And I think it takes a little bit more motivation than money to even pull something like that off. So I'm not worried about that. Who cares if he wants money? It doesn't mean he doesn't want to win. A lot of that comes hand in hand at the end of the day.
I mean, if I got drafted into the NFL, I would go buy a nice car. Absolutely. It's you start spending some of that money. Like I said, he's never seen that much money in his life.
Right.
And now he has it, and he went and made a purchase. I don't know. At the end of the day, though, it's just one of those things. Dumb, yes. But it was so. I just think it was so overreacted to, and people just made it sound like he literally made it sound like he was out there drunk driving, and that was obviously not the case in this. Everything's gonna be fine.
He was out there for his dog. He was out there for his dog, saving his dog. we all would do that for our dogs.
Right. But at the same time, I mean, at the same time, if the dog thing isn't true, which I don't think it is, I do wish he'd have just owned it and said, yes, like I did it. It was a mistake. And I think his statement, I think kind of did hint to that. Like, yeah, the dog thing was a farce and I made a mistake and I'm learning from it. So
yeah, I could see that, but
yeah. But at the end of the day, is what it is. Everything's gonna be fine. He's gonna come in. This offense is gonna be lights out with him and Justin Jefferson leading the show. Kirk Cousins dropping dimes to those two out there.
With training camp coming on, camp around the corner, 29th on Saturday, the first practice.
And that's the best thing, right? Like, I know he had the injury issues with OTAs, but he gets to get out on the field. He gets to start practicing days after this happened, and everything, it's going to get all turned around. We're going to forget about this in a week when he just starts balling in training camp. So everything's going to be fine. It was actually probably pretty good timing because now he gets to put it right behind him, get on the field, and show us fans what he can do.
Yeah, I think it's a time for, like you said, I think it won't take long for us to be impressed by him and for some fans to kind of let this mow over a little bit, which I think it will. I mean, at the end of the day, no one was hurt. Nothing like that happened. Let's just hope he learns from this.
And he's going to be out there ready to go for home opener, which
perfect timing. Skol Fest 2023, our first Skol Fest with Purple and Scold Media, the Purple Gang. We got everybody there with SK, Yogi, Rap with Purple Pocket Podcast, Dave, Minnesota Sports Talk, and then Justin, Purple and Gold for Days. Where we will all be there. Northeast Palace, Saturday. Was it Saturday the 9th?
Yep.
Saturday the 9th of home opener weekend. Have giveaways. All you got to do is scan the barcode here and get free general admission tickets. You can RSVP for extra free chance at winning the big giveaway, which we will let everybody know what that is in the future. But it's good. And all other kind of giveaways, food, drinks, all that kind of good stuff. It's going to be a good time. We have tons of people rolling in. We'd like to see everybody there. So definitely should go and do that. But yeah,
absolutely. But at the end of the day, we want to know what you guys think about Jordan Addison stuff. Let us know down in the comment section. Hit like on this if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time on the GG Sports Podcast.
Skol Vikes.